My sincere welcome to each and everyone who has attended for this demo class. Welcome to Microsoft Business Intelligence demo. My name is Narendra. So let me introduce first before I'm going to start the demo. As I said, my name is Narendra. I'm having total 7 years of very good experience with respect to Microsoft Business Intelligence and the SQL programming language. I'm having total 5 years of experience with respect to the teaching of this subject. So I have given classroom trainings, I have given so many online training sessions, and I have given corporate trainings in various institutes and as well as in various software companies till now. Right now I'm based out in Malaysia, and I'm working in one of the company here. I have recently come to Malaysia. Earlier I was all my previous experience was in India. I have worked in different companies including MNCs in India. Now let us come to the course, what we are going to do as part of this online sessions. The course what we are going to do is MSBI, stands for Microsoft Business Intelligence. Okay, so with respect to that course, I'm going to give an overview, and that is what we have a demo today. So let me start with the demo session by explaining each and every corner of the technology and the tools what we are going to use as part of this MSBI course. Now I have an agenda. Before I start, I would like to explain it to you in detail. It will explain us to what are the areas that I'm going to cover, what are the points that I'm going to explain as with respect to this MSBI. So before we are going to understand Microsoft Business Intelligence, first of all we need to understand what is a business intelligence. That is very important for the next level. And after that we will try to understand what is Microsoft Business Intelligence and why Microsoft has designed different set of tools which will support to the process called business intelligence, and what are the different types of tools that will be available in MSBI which will support the business intelligence process. What is the working model of MSBI? That means the architecture. So starting from the from the data sources, ending with the data visualization. What are the steps and what is the model that we usually follow with this MSBI technology and the projects. Now, introduction to SSIS. This is the first tool of MSBI. Introduction to SSRS, second tool. And introduction to SSAS. This is the third and last tool of this MSBI. And finally, I'm going to explain the topics what I'm going to cover as part of this course, that is called course content. And what are the different types of jobs we have with respect to this MSBI technology in the current software industry. And I'm going to end my explanation by explaining the services what I'm offering through this training. Okay, so this is the agenda. At any point of time, if you have any doubt, so please don't hesitate. You just write it down for that moment, and once my demo is done, once my explanation is done, I will give some time to all of you to clarify all your doubts. Okay, and if it is very important, you can use the chat window there. You can send your message, and I can see that and I can respond to that as early as possible. Thank you very much. Now let us start the demo to understand the definition of business intelligence. So what is a business intelligence? That is stands for that we usually call it as BI. BI stands for business intelligence. Sometimes people gets confused whether it is a BA or BI. BA stands for business analyst, BI stands for business intelligence. Both are completely different. Now what is this business intelligence? It is very easy to understand the business intelligence by reading the definition in a simple sentences. Now the business intelligence definition is: business intelligence is a process of transforming, that means transforming in the sense changing. The business is the process of changing the data into usable and actionable information for business purposes. So by looking at the definition, it is not 100% clear, because there are some words which we know, like usable, actionable, changing, data, information. These are the very common words that we used to hear in our day-to-day life. But so why we need to change the data, what is the result of changing this data, and why we need to change the data for the purpose of the business, that is what we need to understand. Okay, if we can understand that part, the whole definition will be definitely clear. Okay, now in order to make it more clear with respect to this definition, I would like to give an example to explain you what is the business intelligence. Remember, we are not going to we have not even started the Microsoft Business Intelligence. That is the next step. Before we go to that, we need to understand this business intelligence. Now I'm going to present this example with the sample data. On my screen, whatever the data that you can see, that is the sample sales data which I have collected for this demo purpose. So in the sales data, in the sample sales data, we have different columns to to explain us what kind of information that we have. Sales representative, that is what the person, salesperson name. Location, if you can see, I'm going to highlight this columns by writing on that. So sales representative, he is the salesperson. Location, that means the location where the sale happened. Region, it is also a physical location where the sale happened. Customer, because of which person the sale is really happened. Order date, on which date the sale happened. Item, what kind of item that is a part of that sale. So quantity, number of products. Okay, the price, actually the individual price of each product. Total sale amount, the total products amount, the total purchase amount, I could say. So this is the information what we have with us at this moment. Okay, now this is a data. Okay, this is just a raw data. Okay, now when you give this data to someone else, usually managers or the company owners, they will get this kind of a data. So since we know what is this data is all about with respect to each and every column, we can understand little bit about the data like location, region, customer, order date, sale, sales price, the total sales amount. So this is the information which we can understand, but actually we are not looking for that information. We are looking for some valuable information. What you mean by valuable information? So here, with respect to this information, whatever the information that I have in this file, I would like to know what is the total sales and what is the profit for each and every month. Do you think it is possible? Yes, it is possible. Why? Because we have a column called order date, we have the total price, and we have the total sales amount. I would like to know the sales trend by region and by location. Do you think it is possible? Yes. So we have these two columns and we have the total sales amount. I would like to know who is the best salesperson with respect to each and every sale or with respect to each and every order that happened. So is it possible? Yes. We have a sales representative and we have the respective information, the total item and the number of the quantity of the item, the total sales amount. Okay. And I would like to know the total number of products that have been sold. Is it possible? Yes, we have a quantity here. So with respect to these categories, I would like to know some important business information. So how would I calculate that? Let me explain one more time. I would like to know the sales information by month. Okay, sales and profit by each month. What are the columns that will support for that information? Order date, price, and total sales amount. And I would like to know the total sales information by location and region. What are the two columns that will support for that? Location and region. So what is that we are looking for? Sales and profit by region and location. And I would like to know who is the best salesperson, because of which more number of sales happened. So that is possible with the help of the sales representative column, and I would like to know who is the best salesperson, who made more sales. And at the last one, I would like to know the total number of products that have been sold. So which column we can use that? We can use the quantity column, which will help us to know total number of products that have been sold. So with this information, with the information what we have in that file, we can calculate these many things. So can we get the answers by looking at this data? No, it is not possible. We have to manually calculate each and everything. right? We have to manually calculate the order, like each month we have to calculate the each sale amount, we have to calculate the data by each location, each region, and we have to calculate the data by each and every sales representative, and totally we need to sum up the number of products. Like this, we need to do so much of work here with this data. Okay, so it is very tough when we have the data, when the data is very huge, we cannot perform these kind of operations. Now, how we can understand, how we can get the answers for these kind of business questions? That is very simple. If you see this one, you will get the answers of all your questions. So you can see the total this month sale, December 2016. What is the total sale? 126. Okay, this is the total month sales compared to the last month. And invoices for the December 2016, we have given 18 invoices. Total average sales value 16K, and expected sales this much, and total number of orders that we have expected this much. The number of orders which are in pipeline 155, and the important report that we are looking for, the cost and sales profit information for last 6 months. You see, August 2016, September 2016, October 2016, November, December, and Jan. So we have last 6 months sales, so that we can understand, like in which month we have a very good sales, in which month we have a very bad sales, and which month we have an average sales. Okay, so now if you see in the August month, this gray color one, which indicates the total goods that we have sold, and the blue color bar indicates the total sales amount that we have got, and this yellow color line that you can see on which which are connecting to each and every bar indicates the profit. So profit for each and every month. So if you see this line, the the line trend, in the August month we have a very good sale. In the September it has it goes down, and October then it raised up, and then in November it is okay, but in December it's very drastic. It went all the way down, and again in January it raised up. So like this, you can understand December is not at all a good month for our business. So something happened, because of that we have a very bad sales in the month of December 2016. So by looking at this report, you can realize what is the best month for the year 2016. August is the best month because we have a very good sales. December is the bad month, because we have a very bad sales in the month December 2016. So can you get this information, or can you get this kind of a clarity by looking at this data at any point of time, by using any method, by using any technology, by using any other rules? So can we get that clarity what we have got by looking at that report by using this data? It is not possible. Now I would like to conclude, converting this raw data into a meaningful format like this is called business intelligence. So usually we will get the data like this, friends. So we'll get the data like this. Now we need to understand what are the important areas that we can use in that data, which will help us to calculate something, which will help us to measure something, which will help us to analyze something. So by identifying those areas, we will apply some rules, and we will apply some logics, and we'll write some different type of a coding methods, and converting this data into this kind of a meaningful representation. This is called a business intelligence. Okay, I have just explained in 2 slides what is a business intelligence, converting that raw data into a meaningful information. But actually there is a lot of process that we are following as part of this business intelligence method. Okay, what is that process? Let me try to explain you in detail by using this slide. This is very clear if you carefully follow with me what exactly we are doing as part of the business intelligence. Now, as we have seen, we will get the raw data as an input. That data, we will move it to the data warehouse. Just a minute. That data, we will move it to the data warehouse. Data warehouse is what? It's nothing but a place where we can store the data. So when we are moving the data, we will follow the process called ETL, extract transformation load. I will explain you in detail in the next steps. So once we will put the data into data warehouse, we are going to identify what are the useful areas in the data. So we are not going to consider each and every piece of information. We will highlight, we will identify what are the important areas. With that important areas, we are going to create some reports here. Okay, so that reports will help us to see the trend, to see what happened, to see where it is good, where it is not good. So with that report, we are going to help the business users, that means managers, like, region managers, heads, business head, like, the vice principals, like, sales heads, for this kind of a very important high level people which are available in each and every business. So we will give this data, we will give this meaningful information to them, and we will help them to take decision making. So decision making support, it's very important. Okay, so with the help of these reports only, they will sit and analyze, so which way we need to take, this way or that way. That means what, we will show them, so in this location sales is very good, in this location sales is not that much good, in that particular country sales are very good, in this country sales are not good. Like them, by looking at the information, by looking at the reports, they can understand where exactly we need to concentrate, so that they will try to identify what are the new opportunities that they have, so that they will improve their strategy, so that what will happen, they will forecast as well with respect to the data. By looking at the historical data, by looking at whatever happened in the business, they can forecast, they can expect what is going to happen in their business. So if the business is not good for the last 5 years, they will try to identify what are the reasons for that, and they will try to correct it, so that it is going to be very good if they will take some all reasonable precautionary actions. Okay, so this is called the total business intelligence process. Okay, so as part of this business intelligence process, we are following this many number of steps. That is a deep level explanation. Okay, now, so this diagram, if you look at, like, all of a sudden you may get confused. Okay, you need to connect all the dots one by one and one after another and step by step, then it will make more sense. Now, why we need to have a business intelligence? What is the purpose of this business intelligence? See, the benefit of business intelligence, so benefits for the business intelligence is, the first one, if you can see the point number 1, okay, improves the decision making process. If you don't know what happened in your business, you cannot take any decision which can improve your business, right? So that is what this decision making. And second point, what is the second point? Helps you know what exactly that is happening in your business. Suppose, like, if you have a very big business and you have a lot of branches across the world, so it is not possible to concentrate to each and every location of your business, but with the help of this business intelligence, you can do that. That is what you can, like, it will help you to know much better about your business. Okay, reduce the risk of bottlenecks, which is the third point. So what do you mean by bottleneck? What do you mean by risk? Risk means, if you know something is not going to work in one particular location or in one particular region or in one particular branch, so you're not going to invest your money. If you invest, it is going to be loss for you. That is called risk. Okay, so business intelligence will help you to understand what are the risk areas, so that you are not going to invest time, money, effort, everything in that location. So you just leave them like that, or you can just close, like, with respect to your business. That is called risk of bottlenecks. And then helps identify waste in the system. As I told you, if something is not working, it could be anything. If you have a product in your store which is not being sold from so long, from so many days or from so many months, so that's a waste in your store, because no one is coming to buy that. So that's a waste. Suppose if you find one salesperson, he is not even, like, made a single sale in the last couple of months, you can feel that that is not a important person of the business. You can remove that. Okay, that is called waste in the business. It could be anything. It could be a product, it could be a person, it could be a location, it could be a branch, it could be anything else which will, like, which will give some effect to your business. Okay, and enables real-time analysis with a quick navigation. That means what? Real-time in the sense, you can see what happened in your business in the next day itself. You don't need to wait for years and years. Okay, suppose if you would like to compare the sales of the last week with the previous week, so you can do that with the real-time analysis. That is what the real-time analysis with the quick navigation. And the last point, which is very important, makes it easy to access and share the information. So if you have a very good access with the information, then only you can do anything in the business. Okay, so with the help of business intelligence, all the reports will come to your emails, all the reports will be available in a particular location, so that you can go and access them whenever you want. Okay, so which will help us to improve our businesses. So these are the benefits of the business intelligence. Okay, now Our job as a technical programmer, our job is to convert the data what we have, like what we have seen an example, convert the data from the files from the databases to a meaningful information visualization, that is called a report. It could be a report or it could be a dashboard. Now after that we need to provide those reports to all the business users. Like if you can see this diagram, it is very clear. So these are the group of business users, though, like they are looking at the information. So what they will do, they will analyze those reports. They will try to understand what happened in your business from the last 1 week or from last 1 month or from last couple of years. They will compare each and everything. So compare, like with respect to the sales what we have in a year 2016 and 2017, they will compare which one is the good year. Okay, in which year we have the more sales. So which one is the best year with respect to the number of orders? Which one is the best year with with respect to the number of positive feedbacks? Like that, they will try to identify each and every area of the business. So the whole process is called business intelligence. Okay, now in order to support this business intelligence, so we have so many tools in the market, starting with the SAS, ending with the SAP. Okay, so this many tools. So right now I have given almost 10 to 15 tools on my screen. You can see each and every tool: SAS, ClickView, Tableau, Pentaho, Microsoft Business Intelligence, Cognos, Oracle, BizScore, Oracle Hyperion, SAP Business Objects, MicroStrategy, Yellowfin, Information Builders. Like this, we have somewhere around 50 business intelligence tools. Okay, but even though you have that many number of business intelligence tools, only few of them are the market leaders. Okay, only few of them have good opportunities for the programmers like us. So what are the very important and marketing lead business intelligence tools? I'm just highlighting here according to my knowledge. Okay, you cannot consider that is 100% true. According to my experience and knowledge, I have highlighted this many, like ClickView, Tableau, MSBI, Cognos, Oracle, Hyperion, SAP Business Objects, MicroStrategy. These are the market leaders in terms of business intelligence process. Now, out of these many tools, what is the tool that we are going to learn as part of this program? I'm going to deal with the business intelligence tool called Microsoft Business Intelligence. So I'm responsible for this business intelligence suite of tools. We have different tools as part of this program. Okay, so now we understand what is a business intelligence, what are the benefits of business intelligence, and what are the different tools that we have in business intelligence. Now my actual part is going to start from this slide deck, from this slide. So I'm going to teach you Microsoft Business Intelligence technology with the collection of so many tools inside this technology. Okay, so there are certain tools which are inbuilt with this MSBI technology, which will help us to implement the process of the business intelligence, what we have seen in the earlier slides. Okay, now we understand business intelligence, and let us try to understand what is Microsoft Business Intelligence. So in order to implement the business intelligence process, Microsoft Business Intelligence is providing some set of tools in order to satisfy the definition what we can see on my screen. So what we are doing as part of this MSBA program, we are responsible providing the right information at the right time in the right format to the decision makers. Okay, so MSBA will have set of tools, as I told you, which will help us to get the right information and which will help us to provide the right information in the right time. And finally, we can give that information to the decision makers in the right format. So what you mean by right information, what you mean by right time, what you mean by right format? Right means there are certain definitions for that, but according to this definition what you can see on my screen, I'll tell you in detail. Right information, that means if you remember the file what we have seen: sales representative, location, region, customer, order date, like there are so many columns. So did we use each and every column in that file? No, we have highlighted or we have used only certain columns. So whatever the information that we have in the file, that is called the total set of information. Whatever the information that we have used or that we have chosen, that is called right information. You may have huge amount of data, but the information what you are going to take from huge amount of data is called right information. That means I would like to conclude with this small statement. It doesn't matter how much data you have in your database. Okay, it really matters how much data that you can give it to the user. So they don't want what you have, they don't want what they want what they want. Okay, so you may have 10 GB data, that is not important, so only 1 GB data is required, that is called right information. What exactly they want, that is called right information. Right time in the sense, always business users sits on our head. Okay, so they'll come and tell, hey, I want this report by tomorrow morning, I want this report by Monday morning, I want this report by, like, in next 2 days, they'll tell like that. So if you are unable to give the report, or if you are unable to give that information whenever they want, it is not called the right time. So if you can able to give the report by Monday morning, that's a right time, because that is the time when they want that report. Okay, so it is not all about when you are ready, you have to give the report whenever they want. Okay, that is called right time. And right format, so once you have the data in your hand, you can convert the data into any other format that's completely based on your visualization and based on your presentation capabilities. But at the end of the day, if they are unable to understand the data what you have given, it is not called right format. So the format they can easily see and understand. The format, it can, like, it should help us, it should help them to take some more decisions. That is called the right format. The format which they can understand is called right format. The data what they need, that is called right information. So the, like, the time whenever they need the report, that is called right time. So this is called right time, right information, right format. So what we need to do all with, like, with respect to all these characteristics, we will give the data to the group of business users. And if you can look at this small diagram here, so with respect to the characteristics what we have discussed, right information, right time, right format, with all these properties we will give the data to the group of business users. Okay, so all these business users, like we have seen in the earlier slides, what they will do, they will look at the data in a strategic way, in a tactical way, and in the operational way. Okay, so those are the business terms you will understand in the future classes. Okay, so they will look into, I could tell you, they will look into the data with respect to each and every corner, because whenever they understand the data, whenever they get some overview on the data, then only they can take decisions. Okay, so the decisions what they have, what they can take, that those decisions will help to grow the company from a normal stage to a better company. Okay, so because of their decision process, because of their suggestions, the company will always grow to a better company. The company is always changed to a better company, because they will identify what are the important areas they need to concentrate. They will identify what are the problematic areas they need to take more care. So that will leads to a normal company to a better company. Okay, so this is called business intelligence. I mean, with respect to the business intelligence, this is what we are doing. Okay, now with respect to this process, our approach is pretty much same. Like, let me move this. Yeah, so integrate, that means what, we will collect all the data. Okay, so integrate is nothing but what, nothing but the collection of the data. So we will get the data from different sources. Here this color indicates one source, this color indicates another source, and this color indicates another source. We will collect the data from all the sources, and then what is the next step? Analyze. That means when we, after collecting the data, we will identify what are the important areas that we can concentrate in the data. That is called analyze. And then after that, what is the next step? Visualize. This is very, very important. Okay, so once we understand what are the important areas, with that understanding we are going to visualize the data with respect to the reports, with respect to the dashboards, with respect to the different types of charts. So after this is done, what we are going to do, so we will give these reports to all these business users. Okay, then they will define, this is good, this is not good, this is very good, this is average, this is not bad, this is very bad. Like that they will come up with their own definitions. Okay, so in order to implement this process in Microsoft Business Intelligence, so this is the model that we are working. Okay, so as a first step, what we are doing is we'll collect the data from different sources to a data warehouse. The data warehouse what we are building in Microsoft Business Intelligence is with the help of Microsoft SQL Server. Okay, so if you don't know Microsoft SQL Server, don't worry. So I'm going to touch base the SQL Server topics in my MSBA classes. Okay, even though if you don't have knowledge also, no need to worry about that. I will give you the recordings and I will take some backup and weekend classes to make you comfortable with the SQL Server. And after that, what we will do from the data warehouse, after storing the data, we can use the data for reporting, and we can use the data for cubes building, and we can use the data for the data mining and other analysis aspects. Okay, so that data, the data what we are going to put into these areas will be benefited by the commercial department, financial department, marketing department, and other domains, whatever, healthcare domain, e-commerce domain, insurance domain, financial domain, banking domain, any type of domain data we can use, and we can generate the reports, and we can tell them, like, what are the important areas in that business they need to concentrate. Okay, now in order to perform these kind of activities in MSBA, what are the tools that we have? So we understand this is the total MSBA working flow, but we have discussed about tools. What are the tools that we are using in each and every stage? What is the tool that we are using in order to collect the data from the sources? What is the tool that we are using for the reports designing? What is the tool that we are using for the OLAP cubes and data mining? Okay, that is what our next step. See, we have total 3 tools in MSBA. The first one, SSIS, stands for SQL Server Integration Services. Okay, what is the main objective, or what is the main process that we are doing in SSIS? That is ETL. So we are going to implement the process, we are going to implement the step-by-step process called ETL, which this particular tool will help us to collect the data from various sources. Okay, you may have the data in flat files, you may have the data in Excel files, you may have the data in SQL Server database, you may have the data in Oracle, MySQL, PostgreSQL, NoSQL, DB2, whatever the source that you have. We will connect to that source and we'll get the data by using this SSIS ETL tool. And once you collect the data, what is the next step? To show the data with the help of which tool? That is called SSRS, SQL Server Reporting Services. What we can do with this tool? We can design the reports, different types of reports. I'm going to show you in the next upcoming slides. And the third one, whenever you would like to do some advanced analysis, okay, advanced analysis like KPIs, measures, facts, dimensions, and so many advanced technologies. Okay, so if you would like to analyze the data more with those advanced methods, so we have a concept called cube. Okay, so once we collect the data, we will put the data into this cube. Like you can see, there are different dimensions. I will give you an example in the upcoming slides. Okay, so if you would like to analyze the data in a with a more advanced methods, you can use this tool name called SSAS, SQL Server Analysis Services. What are the tool names? SQL Server Integration Services, SQL Server Reporting Services, SQL Server Analysis Services. Okay, now let us concentrate in each and every tool what exactly we are doing. Okay, I'll explain step by step. SSIS, ETL process. Now you can see here, it's very simple to understand. So this is the source data. How many type of sources we have? MySQL, Excel, SQL Server, PostgreSQL, XML, Oracle, Teradata. Not only this, SSIS, Microsoft ETL tool, SSIS will support so many other types of sources. I'm just giving an examples here. So once we have the data here, by using this ETL process, we will move the data to the target database. Okay, so this is a step-by-step process. So what exactly we are doing ETL? What does that ETL stands for? E stands for extraction, T stands for transformation, L stands for loading. Okay, so how you define this extract, transformation, and load? Extract, the process of receiving the data, the process of capturing the data from the source. Transform, the process of changing the data. Why you need to change the data? Our responsibility or our requirement is only to retrieve the data. No, why we need to change the data? Yes, this is very important. Sometimes the data what we are collecting from the sources, it is not clear. Let's say, for example, first name and last name are in 2 different columns, and we would like to have in a single column in the destination. That is called transform. Sometimes the values are not define. Suppose if there is no value, we will have some empty space there. Instead of that, if you would like to fill that value with some meaningful value, then you can use a transformation. Sometimes you want to separate the date and time into two different columns, then you need a transformation. Sometimes you want to combine both date and time into one column, then you need a transformation. Sometimes you would like to divide the data based on the region, you would like to divide the data based on the country, or you would like to divide the data based on some other condition, then you need a transformation. Transformation is nothing but the reason to change the data. Okay, so we have so many different type of reasons. Sometimes if the data is not clear, sometimes if the data is not accurate, sometimes if the data needs to be satisfied with the so many business conditions, sometimes data needs to be corrected. With respect to all these requirements, we will use this transformation to correct the data, to change the data, to modify the data, to convert the data into meaningful format. So we will understand more in depth about the transformation in the actual course. Okay, so since it is a demo class, I cannot go in depth, so that otherwise it will become it will take more time, and you will be get confused at this point of stage. Okay, and then loading means what? After changing the data or after cleaning the data is done, then we will move it to the destination. This is called ETL. In SSIS, we are absolutely following the ETL process to get the data from various sources. Why we are getting the data? Because we need the data to analyze. That's why we are getting the data. Now, after getting the data, okay, let's say for example, the step 1 is done. So we have got whatever the data that we want. Okay, and now, well, wherever the data is there, we have got the data into the databases. Now, how you can analyze the data? In order to analyze the data, you need a format to show the data. What is that format? That is called reports. Okay, so with respect to the tool SSRS, SQL Server Reporting Services, we can design different types of report. So this is one simple report. Okay, so I would like to see the sales of which are happened in my business through internet. Okay, so if you can just look at this report, we have a year, and for this year we have total 4 quarters. Okay, so quarter based report. In this quarter 1 we have this much sales. Why is the sales performance is blank? Because it's a first quarter. We cannot have any we don't have any values to compare. If you look at this quarter 1 sales and quarter 2 sales, quarter 2 is much bigger than quarter 1. That's why we have a green color. Okay, and if you see the third quarter, quarter 3 is less than to quarter 2. That's why we have a red color. Okay, again quarter 4 sales, so we have better sales in the quarter 4 rather than the quarter 3. That is why we have a green color. Like this, we can use some of the inbuilt components in SSRS or in a reporting tool. We can design some meaningful reports which will help the users, the manager or the sales head or whoever it is. So these kind of reports will really help them to understand what exactly it is happening and how it is happening, so that they can understand, okay, somehow 2002 quarter 3 is not good. There is something happened with respect to the quarter 2. So quarter 3 is not good. So we need to concentrate. What happened? So is there any bad feedback from the customer? Is there any problem in the product? Is there any any kind of a mistake happened through our sale? Is there any particular reason that we can identify to improve the business? So they will look into these areas. Wherever they have the red dots, that is what they will concentrate. If it is a green, if it is a yellow, they won't care about that, because it's already doing good. We don't need to worry about that. If it is not doing good, then they will worry about these parts. Okay, so that they can help, they can identify, yes, this is the area where we need to put more efforts to improve. So that what will happen, this report will help to improve their business. That is called business intelligence. Okay, now like this we can design so many types of report. This is just one sample, one example. Okay, it's a tabular report. We can show the data in a table format. Okay, because we have a column and rows here. And what is the next type? It's a bar chart report. So we can show the different bars with the different colors. You can see the number of the sales in USA and Canada with respect to each and every year, 2001 to 2010. This is the last 10-year sales with respect to the branches or with respect to the countries USA and Canada. So they can see which country is doing good. This is the line chart report. It's another way of representing the data, and this is a pie chart. It is very common. Like, you don't need to take any effort to understand this one, because it's a pretty much common report in our day-to-day life. You can see in so many websites, you can see in so many organizations, they display the data in the pie chart. Okay, because in 100% total data value, it will divide the data into individual percent, so that you can understand this particular energy is taking majority of the percentage of the data. Okay, all the other areas are taking their own individual percentages of the data. So it's a very common, very easy one to build and very easy one to analyze. And not only these individual reports, we can design the dashboards like we have seen in the other slides, in the first few slides. So that dashboard can help us to put so many different types of reports into one container and into one canvas, so that we can combine all kinds of information. We can see this is one part, this is one part, these are the individual pieces of information we can put together at one place, so that we can understand. So what is the total count, and what is the target, what is the previous year target, and what is the current year target, what is the last year, what is this year, what is the year to date, what is the last 8 months, what is the total trend. Okay, which part is taking more percentage here. Okay, 33%, 50%, 51%, 51%, like that. You can analyze the data with respect to all kinds of data into one area. That is called a dashboard. We can design this kind of reports, and we can design this kind of reports. It's up to the requirement. Okay, so what best we can give it to the user. This is all about the reporting. And now let us go to the advanced analysis, that is called SSAS, SQL Server Analysis Services. So with respect to this tool, what we are going to do, we are going to design the cubes. For what? For help the user for their advanced analysis process. Okay, so if you look at this cube, if you take this example, this cube example, like you might have seen in so many places, people are using it, people are playing with this cube to bring all the colors into individual sides. So this side we have a blue, this side we have a red, this side we have a yellow, this side we might have green, this side we might have white color. Okay, so that cube is a best example to analyze the data in all the possible ways. Okay, it is called multi-dimensional data storage structure. Multi-dimensional means you can see multi-colors now, each color one dimension. Okay, so there are multi-colors here, like that. If you look at one information, there are multiple ways to look at that information. That is called multi-dimensional data storage structure. The example what I'm going to give you as with respect to this cube is, you can see this one. If you see this cube, just try to understand. If you don't understand, leave it, not a problem. As part of my classes, I will explain you in detail. So we have one dimension. What is this product? What are the products? Apple, figs, lemons, pears. And this is another dimension. What is the dimension? Time. We have January, February, March, April. And this is another dimension. What is this? Geography, location. Chicago, London, Paris, New York. Okay, so if you look at this, this is a dimension 1, and this is a dimension 2, and this is dimension 3. So definitely each and every, all the dimensions will meet at one particular place. See, lemons, this is the common point. So how we can understand this common point? Okay, to understand this common point, you need to read this statement. So what is the fact? What is the value? 37 here. 37 lemons were sold during April in our Chicago store. That means what? If you look at this definition now, this 37 belongs to the lemons sales. Which month? April month. Which store? Chicago store. Okay, if you have some other information, some other dimension, you can put that one also. Okay, in Chicago store, what is the store name? Like that. Okay, so this is called multi-dimensional data analysis storage structure. It's called cube. Okay, so we are going to design this cube, we are going to load the data into this cube, and we are going to generate the reports by using this cube. Okay, it's an advanced analysis process. As part of our course, we are going to look into this as well. Now, the course content. Okay, so let me take a break to show you the course content. So this is my information. Of course, you will all get the course content from me in a PDF document. So first of all, I will start my course with by giving an introduction to MSBI. Okay, so what is BA and MSBI, like what we have discussed with an examples. So the reason why I'm giving this introduction again in my regular classes is, so sometimes people have not attended my demo, but they have directly attended my classes. So I would like to give some time to make them to clear what is the BI and what exactly we are doing as part of a BA, okay, and what are the ETL overlap tools, everything what we have discussed as part of this demo. And the first tool what I'm going to start in my course is SSIS, stands for SQL Server Integration Services. So we are going to look at we are going to look at this architecture, we are going to understand the flow, and we are going to discuss each and every concept that we have in SSIS. Like all the topics, if you can see, I'm just scrolling down very slowly so that you can read all the concepts. With respect to the data flow, of course, but at this moment, if you look at the topic name, it looks a bit technical. Don't worry, just to some people have some knowledge, okay, so for them I'm showing. If you don't have knowledge, no need to worry about that, you just forget about that. Once I'll start the classes, it will be more clear to all of you. Once I'm done with SSIS, then I will start SSRS. Okay, so I mean here you can see SSAS, but I'll start actually SSRS. Okay, so in SSAS we'll deal with the dimensions, facts, data source views, how to develop the cube, how to use the MDX language, what is the administration, what are the administration concepts that we are going to discuss to deal with the cube, and after that SSRS. So what we are going to design different types of reports. Okay, we are going to see the report server wizard, report server project, report model project, report builder. We are going to design the table report, matrix report, chart report, list report, gauge report, sub report, formatting, so many things. Okay, all these are like in-depth individual concepts that we are going to discuss as part of this course. Okay. Now, anyway, you will definitely get this course content. No worries for that. And what kind of a jobs that we have after finishing this course or after finishing this program? So we have so many jobs that are available. I'm showing the job names. We can be a BI developer. We can be a BI analyst, MSBI developer, SSIS developer. You can go for ETL developer, reports developer. Okay, cubes designer, cubes developer, SSIS developer, like this. Okay, so we have this many types of jobs that we have. I mean, in each and every company, job name is not the same. Okay, in my company, example I'm telling you, in my company right now where I'm working, it is a BI developer. Okay, so they have not mentioned whether it is MSBA or some other tool. They'll mention only business intelligence developer. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that. Don't worry by looking at the job name. Try to look at the description, job description, what they have given. They will definitely mention what are the tools that they are using for their business intelligence projects. If it is related to Microsoft Business Intelligence tool, it's very good. That is our job. Okay. Now, as part of this training program, online training program, what are the services that I'm offering? What are the services I'm providing to all my friends who are going to join the classes? Okay, I'm not going to call them as students, because so I'm just sharing the information. Okay, today you may be like you are a beginner. Maybe after tomorrow, once you get a job, once you get a more knowledge, you can also share knowledge like this. Okay, so you're all my friends, not my students. So the services what I'm offering is quality online training with proper examples. Okay, each and every concept what I'm going to start as part of this entire course, I will give an example. Okay, without example, first of all, for me itself, I'm not clear with without any example. I would like to test the topic with an example, then only it is clear in my mind, and will helps with the installation of software. So actually this is my part-time job. The training what I'm offering to all of you is just my part-time job. I don't have any institute and I'm not dedicated for any institute. Okay, so as part of this my part-time job, I cannot maintain the lab and all. Okay, so that's the reason I will help you to download the software, and I will help you to install the software in your machines. Okay, so whenever you are free, whenever you get a time, you can just open your laptops, you can work whenever, wherever, however you want. And we'll provide the daily class recordings, both audio and video, like this demo class right now, whatever the session that we are having here itself. So this will be recorded both in audio and video format. Okay, like that, each and every regular class we will record both audio and video. I will give it to you at the end of the class, I mean once the class is done. So before the next day, you will have the previous class recording. 99%, okay, 99.99%. By any chance, if there is any technical issue, then only I cannot give. Otherwise, every day the class recording will get that day itself. I'll make sure that. we'll provide the course materials. So as part of when we are start working with the tool, and when we are design so many programs, and when we start designing each and every components of this course, so we need some scripts, we need some documents, and we need to have some PPTs. So whatever the things that I'm using as part of my class, each and everything will be given to you, including the recording. It could be script, it could be document, or it could be a file, it could be PPT, whatever, everything I will give to you. I will help you to build the resume. I will not prepare your resume, but I will provide some sample resumes. And after building your resume, so if you have any questions, if there is any corrections, I will sit on that and I will help you to give some corrections and clarifications. Okay. And one of my additional advantage, one of my best approach with the students is trying to meet them over the backup and weekend classes. Okay, so every day it is not possible to join the classes because of your daily schedule, because of your personal life. Sometimes you may miss some classes. Okay, so it is good that I'm recording each and every session, I'm giving it to you after the class. Okay, but even though if I'm giving the recording to you, sometimes the concepts may not clear 100%. Okay, so you might you might want to discuss with me in detail whenever we get a time. So that is where this backup and weekend classes will be benefit for you. So in these classes, you can directly interact with me. What kind of a doubt you have, what kind of a question you have, you can bring it to me and I'll try to help you to understand the topic. Okay, we'll provide exercises and interview questions. Okay, so most of the times, very regularly, I could say over the weekends, I will give some exercises. Okay, and I will highlight, is there any interview point with respect to any concept, I will explain there itself. Okay, so that will be very good for you to understand what kind of a importance that we have this topic, and how many kinds of different questions you will get with respect to that topic. We will support with the interview process. I will explain you the end-to-end interview process to the best of my knowledge, and I will help you to how we can answer those questions in detail. And this last point, of course, it is not as part of this course. So I can take proxies for all the Indian male students because of the the slang and the communication. Okay, so if anybody is afraid to take interview calls, I can take a proxy calls for them, and once you get a job, we can provide job support. Okay, because I have a couple of friends who are also working with me. Okay, so they are also into this training and job support and the proxy with me. Okay, so at any time, if you want any male proxy or female proxy, you can let me know at any point of time. Okay, and now the regular classes schedule and details. So I'm going to start the regular classes according to Indian Standard Time, February 1st, 2018, which falls on Thursday in the week, and the time is 5 a.m. in the morning, 5 a.m. IST. Okay, obviously the February 1st will be the one day latest for the Indians, and according to US, that is Jan 31st, 2018. Okay, so we have a different time zones in US. We have a PST, CST, MST, and EST. According to each and every time zone, I have given the time. If you are in PST, that will be 3:30 p.m. for you. If you are in MST, that will be 4:30 p.m. for you. If you are in CST, that will be 5:30 p.m. for you. And if you are in EST, that will be 6:30 p.m. for you. Okay, so with respect to this schedule, I'm going to start the regular classes. Okay, so that we have a 2 weeks of time to think and decide about this course. And the last but not the least is my contact information. I will be available on that email address, narendrakota.msbi@gmail.com. So, and I have since I came from India, I have an India number where I'm using a WhatsApp and I can take the calls, and I have that is my Malaysian number, 1123852650. That is my Malaysian number. And that number also I will be available over the phone and as well as a WhatsApp. Okay, I recommend you to send a WhatsApp message to me first. Okay, so sometimes it depends upon the time zone. Sometimes I may be sleep in night, sometimes I'm available in the morning, sometimes I cannot take your calls because I may be in a meeting. So I recommend you to send an email, message or email through this communication. So you can drop me an email or you can leave a WhatsApp message. Whatever the case, you will get a reply within 24 hours. Okay, from the time I have I got the message, within that, from that time, within 24 hours I will give a reply. Okay, whether it is yes or no, whatever the information that I can give it to you. Okay, this is my contact information, and now it is the time for the questions and answers. Anybody having any questions?
Guys, if you have any question, you can ask Miranda. Okay. This is for the BI. Okay, we're going to talk about the simple part. Okay, so this is just for the business intelligence training. So you can ask.
Yeah, Manasa, course completion, expected course completion. If you see my course content, so I have given just a minute. If you see the time I required is 45 hours. So I could say we will have a classes from Monday to Friday. Every day the class is minimum 1 hour, maximum 1 hour 15 minutes or 1 hour 30 minutes. Okay, so somewhere around by March first week or middle of March we can finish the course. Yeah. Yeah. Adeline, do you have any doubts from your side?
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Come on, that's enough.
So wait, you said this is just the BI part. So is the BI part of it different from the DB part of it, or are they all blended together?
We're going to explain that in a minute. Any other question? Related to the schedule, the content, the months. So Narendra, you say you're going to start with SSIS,
Yeah.
and then SSRS and SSAS, or what's the?
Yeah. That is this is the total path: SSIS, SSRS, and SSAS. Yeah. Hi, Osman. Can I unmute you? Yeah. Osman, you have muted yourself. Can you please unmute yourself and ask your question? Yeah, or else you can leave a message also, not a problem.
Narendra, I have a question here. Someone is asking about the benefits of business intelligence. I think, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So as we have already discussed, the benefits of business intelligence is, see, it is all about for the customer to whom we have worked for. We need to think from the business owner perspective, not from our perspective. Okay, so what kind of a best value that we can show with respect to his business with the help of reports. Okay, so if you think yourself as an owner, okay, you will try to identify so where you are doing good and where you are not doing it. Let's say, for example, I'm a trainer. Okay, if I feel this is my business, I would like to understand how many number of demos I'm giving and how successful demos I'm giving. After the demos, suppose if 10 people has attended at the demo, how many people are coming to the regular classes? Okay, suppose only 5 has joined. What about the rest of the 5 people? So why they have not joined? Is it because of my I cannot impress them, or is it because of the schedule is not comfortable for them, or is it did they think this course is not related to them? There are so many reasons. Now, as with respect to with the help of this business intelligence, we will try to find out the reasons for each and every situation. So if If that reason is a valid reason, they'll try to put that effort and they will correct in their business. Suppose if I find my demo is not good, if I'm not able to impress them, then what I will do, I'll try to come up with a more better and better examples and with a better explanation to like, make them more clear with the subject. Then maybe from the next time onwards, from 5 people to the, like, at least 8 or 9 people, they will come to the regular classes. This is how the benefits of the business intelligence. It could be business intelligence can be applied to any kind of a business. You just need to have a business, that's it. Okay, so all the customers right now, whatever the projects that are running in the outside markets, each and everybody will have their business. It could be a bank, it could be a store, it could be a hospital, or it could be a insurance company, it could be an e-commerce company. Everywhere is a business. Okay, so to support them, to like, to generate, to create awareness in their mind with respect to their business process, we need to have this business intelligence. Am I clear, Adlin? You please ask them.
That's it.
Can you explain what bottlenecks are?
Let me answer this question before I give an answer to Adlin. Usman is asking, what is the level of SQL Server database skills do you expect before joining the classes? If you have a basic SQL knowledge, like I say, if you can understand what a simple select statement in SQL Server, how exactly it works. So if you can able to one simple SQL select statement, then it is fine. You can just come to the classes, then I can help you to improve much better, like, whatever the knowledge that you have. Yeah, Adlin, can you please go ahead?
All right, so he's asking if you can speak out louder, he will hear you. It's just, but the question is about reduces the risk of bottlenecks, right?
Mm.
Can you expand on that particular slide? That's what he wants to know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So here, if you see, reduce the risk of bottlenecks. That means, like, you could say, let's say for example, you have a couple of the branches in your business. Okay, so you are keep on investing your money and you are keep on investing, like, your time and effort in that. Okay, but the end result is nothing. So you're not going to get anything back after investing those so many things into that particular branch. Okay, so if you keep on investing in that area, what will happen? All the money, whatever you're going to invest, that is going to be waste, right? So there is no point to invest in those kind of areas. If you put that, you are going to lose it. Okay, so instead of putting in that area, you will try to concentrate in other areas so that you can save that same amount of money and you will get more benefits and profits.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions? Yeah.